Hello, welcome to Chisholm Prism. My name is Taylor Chisholm, and today I'm bringing you the one video you will ever need if you decide to move to Chicago. Okay, I wish I knew this stuff before I moved here, and these are the things that I've learned living here, and I thought, let me just make one solid video that's straight to the point, giving you all the highlights, because I know during this season a lot of people are getting ready to move. Like, there's always a mass of people that come during the summer and the spring and the fall, so this is the time that I see a lot of comments, a lot of engagement on my channel. I thought, let me just make a summary video for all you guys, so let's get into it. And as a reminder, if you want to support the channel, I do have a Chicago themed print shop down below for you to check out if you're interested in having some cool, unique Chicago art in your home. Thank you. And for a lot of these topics, I've already made detailed videos diving even deeper into some of these things, so keep an eye out. I'll be linking some of the videos probably in this top corner and in the description below if you want more information on that. First, let's just talk about the map of the city, right? There's north, south, and west primarily, and the downtown center. East, obviously, is the lake, so you can't live on the lake. And honestly, having the lake there is really helpful to just self-navigate. It's obvious to know like where you are situated in the city a little more when you know the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. The east is where the lake is. So if you're ever lost, just follow east to get back to the city, or at least that's what helps me. When it comes to just like looking for apartments, of course, what's helped me a ton is there's realtors that are free to use that are across Chicago who are not desperate. They're usually just around. I've met some on Facebook Marketplace. There's different firms that have realtors who really want to help you because that's how they get paid at the end of the day. It's free to use. They'll take you around. Sometimes they'll pick you up in your car and they'll just show you a bunch of their properties that they have available, because sometimes the market is just kind of chaotic, especially in the summer. If you're moving during this time, there are a ton more options in the summer, but it is more competitive versus if you move more around the winter. There's less options, but you get a lot more good deals. A couple months off on rent, or no move-in fee, no yada yada yada, that kind of stuff. So again, moving in the winter sounds like a pain in the ass, doesn't it? I've never done it, but you got to do what you got to do at the time. So yes, free realtors, I would utilize that. Facebook Marketplace and Zillow are my go-to places to look for apartments. I've had a lot of success there. Okay, when it comes to what you need in your space, that's when you gotta write your list. Are you a luxe girl? Like, you need high appliances, hardwood floors, garage, a washing machine, in-unit, dishwasher, all that stuff. Like old buildings versus new buildings. I have a whole video that I'll link for you guys, or you can check it out where I go into more detail of the pros and cons of both. Chicago has a range of really beautiful historic buildings, and old buildings comes with quirks, of course. We also have a ton of skyscrapers, high-rises, more modernized buildings that are being constructed every day. So you could find both. And I love the historic aspect of Chicago. And if you're here, please do the architecture tours. It's really just beautiful to see. If you value character, we have character, but you got to put up with some stuff. So for me, when I was looking, definitely keep it in mind, south. If your windows are facing south, you get a ton more light because that's just how the sun goes. I definitely recommend that. If your windows face north, probably going to be darker. If you like that, you like that. But I got plants. I needed the light, so that was important to me. And I like character stuff, so I got an older building. I don't have an elevator. I have to walk up 3 flights of stairs. Movers. Get movers, please. Trust me, you're gonna want them. There's a ton of different companies out there. Some are better than others. I've had some bad experiences. I've had some decent experiences. But again, I got 3 flights of stairs. I needed the movers. That was a workout day, okay? And get your money right too. I know, like, in this economy, Trust me, I get it. It can be a lot, but I'm telling you, when it comes to like move-in fees, sometimes they require a deposit, which can be like first rent on top of your first payment, things like that. You just don't want to be overstressed. And I will say the pricing of apartments has jumped since when I moved here. Just to give you some numbers, I moved here about 5 years ago, and I swear you could find a 2-bedroom place for as low as $1,500 that was decent, up to like $1,700 was what my range was at the time. Frankly, right now, I would say if you're looking for a 2-bedroom, you're gonna want to at least do like $2,000. That's just what I've been seeing to get a decent place. Even like $2,500 would be a healthy number. If you're looking for a 1-bedroom, I think you could get away with $1,600, but it would probably be a really small studio or a studio. If you want a 1-bedroom apartment, $2,000 is more healthy. I have another video helping my mom find an apartment last year, and her budget was $2,000. We were able to find a lot of really good deals for her. $16,000 to $2,000 for a 1-bedroom, I would say, is good. Look around the market, see what's in your price range, and work with a realtor if you feel comfortable with that, who will help you and guide you. Location, location, location. Important here. So I'm gonna run through those neighborhoods that I think are awesome for what they have. I do have a previous video going through like my top 5, I think. The pricing is probably a little out of date, but again, I talk about things like diversity and just like cultural things and activities that the vibe that the neighborhood gets off. Like where you end up living will like dictate how you get around, the things you engage with, the friends you make, and your whole lifestyle. So I would definitely put a lot of attention into just researching around like what neighborhood feels right for you. But first, let's start off with some of those like classic Chicago neighborhoods, but it comes with a little bit of a price tag. So first, I'll say Lincoln Park. Classic Chicago, a lot of really beautiful brownstone buildings, very historic neighborhood, a lot to do, love the zoo, easy to get around. I feel safe, it's cool, it's chill. Also West Loop, really cool, hip neighborhood, a lot to do, a lot of good food, a lot of good restaurants, a lot of good bars, good energy there. And I love like the warehouse kind of industrial feel that's over there. But again, it is a little more like bougie, elegant, like it's nice to go out for like a girls' night or just like hang out and go down there. But River North. Beautiful, of course, you're on the river. The skyscrapers, you're in downtown. Just, it's stunning. I have to say more. It's just a great neighborhood, yeah. Or like Gold Coast, that's also popular, Magnificent Mile area. And then I guess anywhere like downtown, central downtown, a little bit South Loop, West Loop, like just that whole area. A lot to do, very central. Again, to keep in mind, it can be more touristy and things can shut down a little bit earlier sometimes because it has more of like an office work schedule, if that makes sense. Okay. For my list of a little bit more affordable neighborhoods that's still accessible to public transportation, a lot to do in these neighborhoods, still culturally interesting, engaging, walkable. First, I would say Lakeview. It is a little bit more pricey too, but there are still options there. There's where the Cubs Stadium is, there's Boys Town, so that's like the gay district, and just a lot to do. Really friendly people, really chill, really cool, fun space to be. I would also recommend Uptown, even Edgewater. Even more affordable. It's a little more further north, but a lot of really great Asian restaurants and food and culture. There's like the beach up there. It feels a little bit more family friendly there, less hectic the further you move out from downtown, so more of a chiller vibe if you're into that. I would say even Avondale, Logan Square is a good one too. Those I would recommend having a car. It's less walkable, but still very family friendly, chill neighborhoods, but still packed with like some things to do. The thing about Chicago too is it's oddly racially segregated in its neighborhoods, to be honest, if you look at just like the statistics of the people who live in each neighborhood. But I'm gonna recommend a couple that are more culturally diverse that I favor. So I would say Pilsen is a really great neighborhood. West Town, Wicker Park is a really vibrant, there's a lot to do, especially on Milwaukee Street. I really enjoy that neighborhood. South Loop, Chinatown. Who doesn't love Chinatown? It's just fun, and great food. I've always had a good time down there. Hyde Park, that's a really beautiful historic neighborhood too. Then also Little Italy by UIC. I went underrated for a long time, but I really like it over there. Like, it feels like a neighborhood, it feels friendly and warm. So that's up there for me too. Lastly, let's go through the essentials of the lifestyle, cultural things that you'll want to know about this city, because there's a couple of things that I've learned just throughout time to do and to accommodate with just on an everyday basis. The unique thing about Chicago is it is such a walkable city. I preach this all the time on this channel. It's probably annoying if you keep watching my videos, but I'm so appreciative of the fact that it is accessible and you're able to go walk to your grocery store, walk to your friend's house, walk to this, because growing up in suburbia and so many other places in America, it's not as common. So saying that point, for one, get a tote bag, get a nice like carrying bag with some essential items, because you're going to be traveling a lot of places. Like on me, I usually carry hand sanitizer, lotion, because I don't get all ashy, sunscreen, wear sunscreen, sunglasses. I do carry mace on me because you never know. You never know. Okay, I've never had to use it, but I think just as like a safety measure, especially if you're a girl out there, carry some mace on you. Just, you never know. Okay. Water bottle, a face mask just in case, especially on public transportation system. Sometimes people will just be coughing on there and you don't want to catch what they got. So face mask. Recently, I got an extra battery for my phone. That has been amazing. So that's an essential. Even headphones. I love me a good pair of headphones because I just love music and to kind of zone out. So speaking of that, purchasing like a cart, for like a mini cart for groceries, that's something that I want to actually get soon. So some of the funnier things, there's something about Chicago where they have porta-potties just like randomly throughout the city, which is amazing. I do appreciate that, because I think with all the outdoor events, especially during the spring into the summer, people gotta go pee because you're drinking or you're having fun, and then time goes by and it's like you can't really use the public bathrooms in like Starbucks and restaurants unless you purchase something and they give you a code on your receipt, which is frustrating. You don't really have a place to go. But sprinkled around there are porta potties in alleyways or just like in a park. So I've used many porta potties in my day, so that's awesome. And sometimes they have toilet paper. A lot of them have toilet paper. It's fully stocked. They got hand sanitizer in there, and I love Chicago for that. Okay, I want to make a video on this soon, but just like general safety. I'm not gonna get into it right now because I had like story times to give out, so I will make a whole video on it, but just Chicago's safety. I mean, the media I know the media has a representation of Chicago, and you hear a lot of chaos. Even recently, just hearing about like the teens, like mayhem that's been happening. Okay, like I feel safe in this city. Okay, but there are some crazy events that I have seen, that I have heard about, and I don't know, maybe that's just like the secret underground life of Chicago. Again, it's a city environment. There are millions of people here. And again, millions of people enjoy their everyday lives with their families, and they're fine. I've been fine. So if you're concerned or worried about that, don't be. Live your life, be smart about it. you'll be fine. On the topic again on walkability, just sell your car. Do it. If you're moving here, just sell it. You won't regret it. Maybe you won't. I don't know, if you're a car person, maybe you'll hate that. I'm telling you, just try it with your car and without. I really do think we need to walk more as a culture. So if you can have that ability to just use public transportation, go for it. Recommend the buses more than the trains, for sure. I just feel safer, they're cleaner, more convenient to me. And you'll want to get the Ventra app for Chicago. That will be the most convenient way to know when they're coming. Other than Google Maps. Sometimes Google Maps is just off. And on the app, you can literally get the card to pay for using the machine. So I have it on my phone. I'm able just to add it to my wallet and use my phone to like enter. So this is a dog-friendly city. And I'm learning there's just poop everywhere. If you have a dog, if you have pets, bring them. The other day I saw someone walking their cat, which was the cutest thing. That cat was actually very energetic. I've never seen it before on a leash. Again, the lake is a giant park by the shoreline. So if you want to take your dog there, if you want to go running, if you want to be active, there are spaces in that. One thing I will say, and no shade to Chicagoans, but the fashion can be a little dull or a little bland. I mean, like, not putting everyone down, because there are some people who are out here just really expressing themselves, but majority of the time people are just kind of casual, and I'm like, that's fine. But I remember when I went to Atlanta, and even just stepping off the plane or going to the grocery store, going for brunch, people are dressed up to the nine, like looking full face, like just dolled up, and I appreciated that. I don't know, I also like to dress up from time to time, and I don't know, the energy just really isn't here most of the time. Like, people are just pretty chill. Even if you go out to a club or a bar, most people, like, today is not, I'm just wearing a jean shirt, but like most people are just wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. That's it. That's just like the uniform of going out here, and it's not giving. If you go to more artsy neighborhoods like Wicker Park, Logan Square, West Loop a little bit, I feel like I've seen more expression in clothing, which is really dope. Yeah, but, and then lastly, of course, just check the weather every day. It really be changing often. Like, it was snowing like 2 weeks ago. Now it's like raining and glooming. It was 70 last week actually, so it got really hot. Yeah, the weather's just kind of all over the place, especially now. It fluctuates a lot. So just look at the weather. When it gets cold, wear a thick jacket, wear layers. I got thermal leggings and stockings and socks, and because you're gonna need it all. You might think you can adjust and it's fine, but no, you'll be freezing until it gets like 50 degrees here, even 40 degrees here, and people are wearing shorts. So it's hard to tell just by looking out the window what the weather is. So don't be trusting people's outfits, is what I learned. So, okay. So thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna end it here. I hope this was helpful in any way possible. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below or DM me, blah, 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 reach out. Yeah, I appreciate you watching this long, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.